You got to say one thing about Mercedes. There is more new product getting off the boat here than anyone might have thought possible. And this is the new one that's going to turn some new younger heads. The first Mercedes in a long time you can buy for just over $25,000. The C230 Compressor. Luxury brand hatchbacks have been wildly popular in Europe for years. But once they come to the States, the cars usually do not do well. This was proven when BMW tried to sell their 318 Ti in the late 90s. It wasn't much more than a 3 Series with a chopped tail that opened for more storage. After 4 years, BMW gave up and decided the American public would not accept a European hatchback. But Mercedes is out to prove that's wrong with their new C230 Compressor Sports Coupe, a name they're using to try to stay as far away from the term hatchback as possible.
Mercedes-Benz is calling this a sports coupe, very much de-emphasizing the fact that it has a hatchback. It has a very swoopy kind of GT look to it. You don't really think golf hatchback when you look at this car. You think kind of sporty coupe, maybe more like Celica, and that's the thinking they want you to go along.
Most of us at the magazine find this sporty coupe attractive with its aggressive wedge shape and all-new styling that is considered bold when compared to Mercedes' more conservative approach in their other cars. In fact, the C230 shell has nothing in common with its C-Class donor sedan, unlike BMW's failed attempt at a hatchback that shared all of the same body parts as the 3 Series it was based on. One of the key features that sets the C230 apart is its full glass roof. A $1,000 option, but well worth the price.
To me, the key to this car is the panorama roof, which is an expensive option, but it really makes this car. When the roof is closed, it's all glass, so there's glass above the front and rear passengers, but there's a brilliant roller shade that can cover it up so you don't get that sun load in the middle of the day. When it's open, it is one of the largest openings going, but this nice big wind deflector up here prevents the buffeting and the wind noise that you would usually get with a big opening. BMW tried a big opening with its little hatchback, the 318, and that car was noisy with the top open or closed. This one is very quiet with it closed and with it open.
And you can experience the quiet ride when taking corners at speed. This is where the sport comes out in this coupe. The C230 remains flat in the corners thanks to its strut front and multi-link rear suspension. Add to this 16-inch wheels and performance tires, and the result is an impressively smooth ride. Power is supplied from a supercharged 2.3-liter inline-4 that puts out 192 horsepower, 200 pound-feet of torque. And that's enough power to spin the wheels on the way to 60 in 7.5 seconds. Stopping this sporty coupe is done with discs on all corners that bring it down from 70 to 0 in 187 feet. Once stopped, you may get a chance to notice the interior features. To keep the price down, the C230 comes equipped with cloth-covered seats with manual controls. That's not the usual case for a Mercedes, but the seats do provide good lateral support. The dash has aluminum trim bits around the radio and HVAC controls. The driver has basic instruments from the rest of the C-Class line, with the tach marked out to a 6,000 RPM red line. Controlling the RPMs is a standard 6-speed manual, which may be the biggest fault in this car. Shift feel is poor, the pattern a bit uncertain, but for most buyers it is probably good enough. In the rear, a pair of passengers can ride in relative comfort, but the sporty roofline does cut into headroom. But if it's cargo instead of people you're hauling, the rear seats fold to give this hatchback 38 cubic feet of storage space. And you do get all the versatility of a hatchback and the sportiness of a coupe, starting from a base price of just over $25,000. Add a few options to get our as-tested price of $27,235, which does show that Mercedes is taking the first steps to create a new image for younger buyers, an image that does not include a suit and tie. It is hard to contemplate this car and not remember BMW's failed attempt with the 318 Ti hatchback. But Mercedes has done a whole lot more than just chop the back end off the C-Class sedan. And it's the Sport Coupe Extras here that make this a most agreeable ride for a whole new group of customers. You 30-somethings out there who really should go find a Mercedes showroom for the first time.